Over the past 2 years, I've made 2 videos about softboxes specifically. And I think it's time for a third one, because quite a lot has changed and my preferences shifted from one sort of softbox to the other. The ones we're going to check out are a long rectangular one, a squared rectangular one, a round parabolic 90 centimeter softbox, a 150 centimeter parabolic softbox, a Chinese lantern, I think these things are called, a big 2x2 diffusion sheet, but also a book light. In this first example, we're using the 30 by 120 lightbox, which is a long rectangular softbox. As you can see, the light doesn't really wrap around the subject, which is good in some situations. I use this softbox most as my backlight because it doesn't really spill out in the room too much. In this example, you can see that the light is directed into one narrow beam. Of course, if you take the grid off, it's a little wider, but still, it's very narrow and useful for many situations. In this example, we're using the 6090, which is a very common softbox and useful for many situations. If I don't have a parabolic softbox with me, I'd probably use this one as my key light because it's rather big and it wraps around the subject beautifully. This softbox does not need an introduction because the entire world is already using it. This is the 90 centimeter parabolic softbox, which is probably the best choice for many creators as a key light. It is nice and deep, so it creates a soft output and is really easy to set up, so probably your best choice. Next is my personal favorite, and that's the 150 centimeter parabolic softbox, which is by far the softest softbox I own and very good for a lot of interview setups where you have the space. If you do this in your bedroom, don't use this softbox because it will fill the entire space. Just go for the 90 centimeter softbox, which is also just as good, but a little less soft. Next is the Chinese lantern, which is a really nice softbox if spill doesn't really matter to you. I use this softbox the most if I need to light an entire space from one source or when I light interviews with 2 speakers and light budget is limited. But when you put a skirt on this light, which comes with the softbox, you get a very nice and interesting look, and the spill is completely gone and it's very much narrowed down to the bottom. So you can create a very nice Godfather look or perhaps for like a dinner table scene. Next is a 2x2 diffusion sheet, which is very useful to create a really big and soft source. However, the spill is huge, so use it only in spaces where light spill is no issue to you. The next one is a book light, which is even softer, though you need a lot more output, so think about this before you use it. Here's a side-by-side comparison on light spill. On the left you see the lantern with the skirt on and on the right without. The light spills around the room a lot more, creating a less contrasty look, but also desaturating the colors in the room. This can be useful if you don't have a lot of lights, but if you do have a budget for lights, I'd always go for a direct light source because you can build it out much nicer. Thanks a lot, guys, for hanging in there with me again. We'll catch each other next time. Have a great one, and see you later. Peace.